Hello and welcome back everybody to a SkyFactory 2.5 video. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're having a good one. We are back in the world and I've been doing a little bit of grindy work, definitely not nearly enough that I need to. But we need to get a lot of things set up quite a bit better than what we currently have. And I think a lot of you have been expressing the exact same feelings and things about that as I have. So for the most part, we're pretty much exactly where we left off, but I did get some more redstone. I did get a few more materials. We got at least a little bit of iron now, but still not nearly enough overall. I think, though, this episode, there's a couple things that I wanted to do. And let's start off with the easy one first. So the first thing that I wanted to get was a few magmatic dynamos. And these guys are pretty much the easy thing to do in this world. I highly recommend doing the easy thing. It's SkyFactory 2. You probably should. Just setting them up with some lava power to power our system even better. So let's make at least, I think we can make 2 of them with the invar that we have. And I think I have a little bit more invar anyways, so we should be good to go. So we need about 4 invar gears, which is another 4 iron. We need a couple pieces of silver, and that's going to be 4. That's what, 3? That's 6 each. Okay. So we need 4 iron. 4 iron, yeah. 6 redstone. Good. And silver. Do I have any silver lying around? I do. Perfect. Okay. So we should be able to craft these guys up pretty quickly here overall. And probably for the better. Just saying. It's definitely worth it to get these guys up and operational. And the best thing about them too is you can set them up so easily, and then you can upgrade them to get even more power. So right away, they're producing 80 RF per tick, which is pretty decent overall. Now, is this not... This should be connected, right? Yeah. So it's inputting, but that's inputting as well. I'll have to make sure that all of the power is going where we need it to, because these guys aren't producing very much at all right now, and they should be producing a ton to fill up this, unless yeah. So if I put that as an input, yeah, we're getting a lot more power. Okay, so I might need some of our energy conduits just to kind of clean this up a little bit. I have 1. Well, that's a bit of a setback. So let's get the 6 of these. We're going to need 3 conductive iron, which I believe is iron and redstone. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good. And we can throw that in this guy on alloys mode. Get the conductive iron going. Okay, and put that down. We're trying to get more dust. I need more all the things. Let's put it that way. So this will give us our conductive iron that we require. How are we doing here? We're doing not great. Not great overall, but I guess we're surviving. We don't really have the best setups at this point in time. I really just need to grind out a lot of materials. Anyways, let's get a little bit more power. Good. And good, before we run out everywhere. So that one's going to be an output, so we'll just do this one as the output like that. Good. So now we should be at least outputting again to our machines and everything to get back up to full power over here. And these guys should also be inputting all of their power back into the capacitor banks. Very good. Now, I think I'm going to disable this line right here while we're at it. So these guys will supply over here for right now, and I believe that is the input. Yeah. And the output's on the side there. So what I think we should maybe do is I'd like to run this over the rest of the way. Would that make sense? I guess it would, wouldn't it? So then we can also power that guy. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work just fine for now. Definitely not a great setup. Definitely not a pretty setup, but it will do the job for us. Okay, good. So So we have that. We have that. Our power situation's kind of been fixed a little bit. It's raining and it's nighttime, so I'm going to sleep off that rain because that's just annoying, to be honest. So we're going to sleep that off, and let's go on to the next thing. So the next thing that I want to get done does require the pulverizer. So I'm going to have to wait for that to finish up. But yeah, we're going to start on it. Alright, so now that our power situation is a bit more stable, I'm starting to process up some gravel, basically, and start automatically sieving up some of that gravel just to get some more resources while we go and start and work on another thing in the background. In the meantime, actually, I should just, like, not worry about this at the moment. Can I put that bag in there? Of course I can't. It's fine. It's fine. No big deal. So, in other words, you know what? We'll use this to our advantage. Yeah, we'll use it to our advantage. I moved all of our Tinker stuff over here, and what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to add a diamond hammer to my pickaxe, basically to allow it to use the smashing, so that it works as a hammer itself. So then we can take, for example, this iron ore, just like so, and vein mine it with our pickaxe. Also leveling up our pickaxe quite quickly in the same process. So pretty good stuff. You can just boom, away you go. You got all the dust. Alright. I think that's a pretty good idea for you guys to probably speed up your progression somewhat, especially early on, if that's what you need to do. Alright, it does take 2 diamonds though, so keep that in mind. Other than that, I'm actually going to save this because our pulverizer is completely occupado at the moment with all of that gravel grinding that we are doing. So instead, let's jump on to another process here. And to do that, well, I do actually need to steal the pulverizer. So what we're doing here is we're pulverizing up some dandelions. I know, right? And we're also going to pulverize up some poppies. The reason that we're doing this is pretty straightforward. We need their dye. And we need their dye to make ourselves something that's wonderful. It's called floral fertilizer, and it's the way that we start Botania in the sky. This is what's going to give us the mystical flowers that are required for Botania. So these guys right here, if we look up the floral fertilizer, that guy like so, boom, just like that, gave us only 12. All those flowers, only 12. Ugh. Oy, hopefully we get what we need, and I don't have to spam more bone meal. Alright, so just right-clicking, just like bone meal, will give you the flowers that you require, hopefully, and then we can pick them up. There's one white one. I know we need that, for sure. Oh, that was a good one. I like that. So I'm basically going to gather up some of these flowers because, well, we need them. And then we can start a little bit into Botania. Alright, so we got some petals and stuff, and I think the next step, if I remember correctly, is we need to get ourselves a petal apothecary from Botania, which is basically just some cobblestone and also some petals themselves. Now, I threw out, I think, every petal that I got from my mob farm. Speaking of which, we really need to set up another one of those. So, I mean, it probably would have been a good idea to keep at least one of them around, but you know what? It's really easy to get the flowers, so I'm okay with that. In the meantime, I do want to pick the right one. Let's go with a blue flower here, and we will turn that into a petal. And then we need 4 of that, and then we need some cobblestone slabs. I don't know. Aha, we do. Perfect. So this will give us our petal apothecary. What? Yes. Yes. Okay, there we go. We got our petal apothecary. Weird that it didn't work the first time. And we're going to put it out here because why not? No more chickens? No more chickens. Alright, so we're going to place it down out here in the world. Now, we don't really have a good water source or anything beside it, so I might actually just, let's go grab the sink that we have in here and put it right down beside it because you definitely need water in this petal apothecary. So we're just going to throw this guy down. We should probably automate this a little bit more, but for now it'll do the job. The next thing that we want to do is we want to add in, we want to get 4 white petals. We were lucky to get just enough of the white flowers to get the petals that we require. The other thing that we're going to require is some seeds of some sort. I'm going to use this pumpkin seed just because we have a couple extras for right now. So I'm just going to use this guy. And all that we're going to do is we're going to drop the 4 petals in there. They'll start spinning around, and you'll see the little recipe when you hover over it saying drop in seeds, and boom, pure daisy. Okay, sweet. So the pure daisy is exactly what you figure it would do, because, you know, I know you already knew, right? Basically, you put wood or stone around it, and it changes it into other things. Now, the other thing that we need to get going, other than that, well, we definitely need to get some wood and stone processing up ASAP here. So let's quickly grab a stack or so of stone. Yep, perfect. 1 stack. And let's also get a stack of wood and start transmuting these things. Oh my, we're pretty much out of wood. Okay. Apparently I have to farm some trees. Or maybe we need to build a tree farm. One way or the other, we'll get it done. So what we need to do is we need to get, you basically place these around the pure daisy. And after about a minute or so, they should transmute into a different material. Like so. Now we have living rock. Very good. We can mine that guy up. Hopefully we can get some upgrades on this pickaxe soon, because this thing is slow. And then if you place down some wood around, same kind of thing will happen, and we're going to get living wood. Now, the next step here is a pretty easy and straightforward one, other than the fact that I need a crafting bench. Let's just do one of these, and I guess we'll put it right there. That'll work just fine. So one of the things that we're going to need is a mana pool from Botania. That's what stores everything from this mod. So you're going to have mana that's going to be stored in this mana pool. It's kind of like the chest of the power, or the capacitor bank of Botania. Now we need to set up some flora or flowers to generate power. Okay, pretty straightforward. I think you guys understand most of this stuff by now. Botania is not a new mod to 1.7 at all. It's been around almost since the day it came out, and it's been wonderful overall. So I think the first one is probably going to be the day bloom. It's one of the easiest ones to make, but it will decay over time and will die off. So it's kind of more of a temporary flower, and that's a more recent change to Botania in the later portion of 1.7.10, but a good change overall, I guess. It's kind of questionable. Some people think yes, some people think no. But as you can see, it requires 2 yellow, 1 light blue, 1 orange. Now, I don't know what we have. We have 4 yellow, okay. Light blue, okay, we can do the 2 light blue, and we can do the 2 orange. So that'll give us, what? 2 day blooms? That's not very much. It's not very much at all. So we'll throw these in, just like so. And, oh, we need a seed again, don't we? I might have to set up a small little wheat farm or something like that here, just to make everything work out without any problems. We do have some seeds and stuff, so we're good to go there. Yeah, we might need to do like a little wheat farm, all things considered. Oh, I needed 2 seeds. Let's go get another one of those, just to be safe, not sorry. Yeah, we'll need to set up, maybe I'll set up a couple pumpkins. Pumpkins, because each pumpkin that grows gives you 4 seeds. It's really good for producing the seeds themselves. So there we go. There's our first day bloom. Very good. Now, as the name implies, a day bloom it's a pretty cool item. Not gonna lie. But it's kind of like a solar panel. It only works during daytime. So if I put these down right now, we're actually wasting some time at the moment with, you know, not being efficient in you know, placing them down, because their tick is going to start immediately once you start putting them down. They'll start decaying over time. So I'm definitely going to wait for daytime before that happens. Now there is also a nighttime one called the nightshade, and we could make a few of these as well. Those are black, gray, and purple. Let's take a look at those. We only have one black. Okay, we do have a purple though. And we do have a gray. So let's make one nightshade as well while we're here. Good, good, good. All right. Why not? Because I haven't made a nightshade actually in a long time. Because, again, it's another passive spawning flower that you just don't really run into very often and you don't use very often. So let's put that away. Let's get ourselves... Let's take out some of all of our seeds here. And you know what? We'll plant maybe a small little garden or something. We'll do the cotton as well. Those are going to be very useful. I believe I have a mattock. Did I make one? I did. Awesome. Okay. So mattock is basically made for the hoe at this point in time. Let's see. Let's get... Oh, we need to do this first. Let's do this first. Cottonseed. Done. Nightshade. Okay, so it's nighttime right now, so if we place down this guy, just like that, we're going to start to not get any mana into our mana pool. And the reason for this is you then need to make what's called a mana spreader. Okay, and what the mana spreader is going to do is it's going to shoot the mana where you want it. Okay, so this guy, like so, is going to take the mana from the nightshade and shoot it into the mana pool. Now, nothing's happening, right? You can see that nothing's happening. And the reason for that is pretty straightforward. Nothing's happening because nothing is attached together. Nothing is bound together. So, what we need to make is a tool. And for that, we need to make ourselves the living wood wand of the forest. That's the guy right there. And for that we need some living wood twigs. So we do need more living wood, which is exactly what I'm making right here, to get this system to work. So I'm kind of wasting the nightshade, like I said just 2 seconds before, not to do. Yeah, I'm doing it right now. Perfect, right? Alright, so we'll just use these excess gray and purple petals that we have available to us while we wait for this living wood. Maybe we will set up a small little farm. It won't take very long to get this going anyways, but just in case... Oh man, we missed it. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, we'll just place down the water like that. It is going to go all the way down to the bottom for now, but... I'm not going to be too worried because this is a temporary setup at the moment. So we'll place down the seeds like so. Let's get that living wood. Ooh, that almost jumped off the edge. 2, 3. That does require 9 of that. Good. And boom, there's our wand. And now we can bind it. We can then bind it to the mana pool there. And... bind the nightshade to the mana spreader itself, which, why is it not working? Oh, it is working. Okay, we're getting mana in the mana spreader. Very good. And it's starting to become daylight here as well, so I'm going to throw down the day blooms as well. The other thing is, if you do place the mana spreader first, and then you place down the generating flora around it, it will automatically connect to the nearest mana spreader. So what it is, if you see those little ticks, they're kind of hard to see, right underneath the end there. Once we get enough mana to reach that tick, it's going to fire into the mana pool. And as you can see, it's generating very, very slowly at this point in time. Now, I mean, we are chunk loaded here, so there we go. It just shot. So now we have mana in our mana pool. Perfect. Let's keep going with our little farm here. Our little temporary farm. Getting all the things set up. Let's do some cotton. That'll give us string, which is great. I'm going to throw down our carrots as well. And let's see. We have the melon and pumpkin. I think I'm just going to set these up over here so that they have a better chance to grow undisturbed. And I'm just going to get a bit of bone meal, and we're going to power this thing up a little bit. We do have access to quite a bit of bone meal. So, yeah, well, a stack. An extra little stack here. So we're good to go there. Let's head on out and boop, boop. Get these into full stems. Good. Same with these. Get these all powered up. Great way to spend some bone meal. Good. Let's get a few more carrots planted. Like that. And let's get ourselves a few more wheat planted as well. I believe that is not a recipe. Okay, can we not make seeds from this? Just plain seeds? No? No? Oh, in a sag mill, there's a 20% chance. Okay. Okay. I mean, outside of composting it and having to grind it down again, sadly, no seeds from the wheat. That's too bad. Okay, well, that's fine. We can just do this. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Good and good. All right, perfect. So we got a couple extra spare seeds, or one. We got some wheat. We got the start of our cotton and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to just throw some bone meal in here to keep it out here for now. And other than that, I think I'm going to grind away a little bit further on Botania. Get our pure daisy going. I also want some more floral fertilizer, so we can start looking at doing some of that as well. I'll probably just take this green and brown, for example, and use those with some bone meal and make some more. These guys can be... Wait, to get the floral stuff, we need the mortar and pestle, though, don't we? Yeah, we do. Okay, so stick, bowl, and plank. Alright, so the mortar and pestle is going to allow us to use these floral flowers as dye, is basically how this works. So we have sticks. Have I made wooden bowls yet? I don't think so. I don't think there's been a need to make wooden bowls. So let's get a little bit of wood here. That should do the job. Yeah, good. We're going to make some bowls. Okay, plank and a stick is going to give us that mortar and pestle. Now we turn these into their petals, and then we mortar and pestle them into their respective dyes. Okay, and what this is going to allow us to do is we can now take these floral dyes and we can make it into floral fertilizer, just like we did before with the regular ones as well. Other than that, I'm going to farm up some flowers and get all the things. Alright, so we've got a bit of mana coming in here, and I want to upgrade our generation capabilities, so we're going to need some mana powder. And for that, you need a little bit of mana in there. You throw in some, I believe you can do any dust, glowstone, redstone, or gunpowder, to get this mana powder. Now, the mana powder itself is not really useful for much, but it is very much useful to make ourselves an endo flame, which is a bit of an upgrade over the day blooms and whatnot, and it's also a flower that will not degenerate over time, so it's going to work out very well for us. Now the problem with the endo flame is it does take up some consumables. Okay, so if we place these down just right like that, and we run over here and we get ourselves a bit of coal, or charcoal in this regard would also work just fine, but I have a decent amount of coal, I think. Let's just take, let's see, let's do 18. Yeah, we'll do 18 for right now, or, 19. Sure, why not? Alright, and we're going to make it into blocks of coal. Now, the blocks of coal are going to obviously last a bit longer, so you don't have to refuel it all the time. But if we drop one down nearby, it's going to eat up the block of coal. And if we drop one down nearby on the other one, it should eat up that one as well. Now, exactly what's happening here is they are generating mana into our mana spreader. And as you can see, it is a lot faster than what we were getting with those day blooms. definitely worthwhile to upgrade that as soon as you possibly can, because we are going to need a decent amount of mana before we carry on here. Alright, so one of the other wonderful things that I do want to get here is very useful. We'll just put it that way. So I want to just get a little bit of this going. We'll just remove some of these because I don't want to harvest them all. But what we're going to do is we're going to get some grass, just like you see there. And the grass is going to work towards our advantage in that we can actually put the grass into the mana pool and get ourselves a pasture seed. Now, pasture seeds are wonderful. They actually create grass. So probably the best way of spreading grass is via the pasture seed. If you can do that, you know, efficiently and all that kind of stuff. But for now, I want to make myself a Horn of the Wild, which is an absolutely wonderful tool by Botania that basically allows us to harvest any of the flowers. So if I have, you know, I floral fertilize down some flowers, I use the horn, and it breaks them all at the same time. Obviously, it's breaking our farm as well. Oh, good. Oh, good. Okay, maybe this won't work out very well. Maybe not at all. Okay. Well, we'll just leave it at that. Maybe I won't use this, just to be safe, not sorry. But yeah, so anyways, what it can do is it can break the flowers. Because our farm is so close to us, I don't think I'll be able to use it. Maybe from over there. Maybe I can go and plant them over there, or farm them over there, and we should be okay. So I'm going to get more floral fertilizer going. Across the board. I don't think we need pink anytime soon, and I don't think we need magenta anytime soon. What else? Cyan is wonderful. Love me some cyan. Let's get a few of these going and get a little bit more floral fertilizer. I'm going to keep harvesting while we continue to let this grow. Is that going to eat it? Nope, still haven't used up the other one yet. Okay. Alright, so one more thing that we want to get going here is a dropper. And we need to get a carpenter's pressure plate. Very good. I also need to get out my hammer. My carpenter's hammer. That's the one right there. Okay, good. Now, if I remember correctly, it's been a while since I've done this, so let's just see if we can't set it up correctly. We have all these endo flames. I've made a few more. Only active for monsters, only active for animals, active for all entities. Okay. Yeah, okay. All entities. And then all entities, right? Is that not right? Okay. So, when I drop, say this dropper on here, it should activate. Okay, good. Now, how do you inverse it again? There's a way to inverse it. That silly eye thing, that bugs me. Could have sworn there's a way to inverse. Oh, I gotta look it up. I think I gotta look it up. Yeah, I think I do. Now, can we do this and can we just rotate it? Oh, we can't. Okay. Alright, not a problem. Let's remove this guy right here. Thank you. And this guy right beside it. Excellent. We will hover. And let's see. If we just go like this, that should give us enough to place it straight down so that it's dropping. Very good. We can place that guy back, and by theory, we can replace this one back to there. So, if I'm not mistaken, let's just see. Yeah. So, if we drop a piece of charcoal down, it should have activated that dropper. Yeah, see, we need that inversed. I gotta look it up. I can't remember what to do for that. Alright, so just by left-clicking is how you get the invert. I should have known. That's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep one on us here, and we're going to place it down. Now what happens is once that gets eaten, it should fire out another one. Like so, and it landed off the pad, didn't it? Didn't it? Evil, evil thing. All right. So that gets eaten. Drops another one. Why is it not going on the pad? Oh, it's not going on the pressure plate. Why? Why must you do this to me? Okay. Well, there's another way that we can do this. We are going to then redistribute some of these things. And we will just be blocking them off accordingly. So let's see if that's going to do the job for us. So that goes like that. I want it to be pretty consistent. See, that went back on. Good. Boom. Back on. Good. So now the way it works is that every single time it's going to drop one. And once it gets eaten, it fires a redstone signal directly to the dropper. And we basically have an infinite system of continual clicking and annoyance, but it does work, and they all are gobbling up the charcoal that we're using. Now, there is no charcoal blocks, so that's part of my reasoning for setting up this system. Was while I was looking through, I'm like, oh, look, we can do like charcoal blocks or something, right? Nope, cannot. So that one piece of glass that we added, or that one block, seems to be, see, there we go, it went off. So not 100% fixed. We definitely want it to be more as consistent as possible. Now, I'm pretty sure the pickup radius is like a 3x3 around it, so we're not too concerned. But see that one then? Okay. So if we just keep this going, I want to make sure that we have a solid system that is continually always working. So maybe we'll just remove this one as well. So we'll do this, place that down, and they should be able to pull from the in between the glass anyways. So let's just double check, make sure that that one, yeah, see that one just got fire. Perfect. So we're getting a whole bunch of mana. Now, the thing that I want to do with the mana is I want to get a bit of mana steel here before we end up this episode. And the reason being is I want to get one of my favorite items in the game. Many of you that have been watching me for quite some time probably know exactly what I'm doing. But we need 8 mana steel total. Perfect. 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 And we're going to need 1 iron, 1 gold. Awesome. Okay, so for those of you that do not know what we are getting, we are about to get ourselves the Ring of Magnetization. Alright, so to do that, we need a mana lens magnetizing, like so, and we put that in the corner with 4 more mana steel, and that's going to give us the Ring of Magnetization. You can throw that then in your bauble spot, and what that does is, well, you just saw it. Oh, all the eggs, all the everything that's on the ground is going to start to come towards me automatically now. Now, this does pose a problem with our new setup system over there. We will be able to pull the charcoal out. Now, there's a few ways that you can disable that. One of them is you can disable it just by holding shift. That will disable the pickup function of the ring, but yeah. We don't want to be shifting our whole way over there. The other way is a functional flora that we're going to want to get. And what is that one called again? It's called the Solignolia. Basically, it negates your ring of magnetization within a specific area. Okay? It doesn't require mana or anything like that. I'm pretty sure it does not require mana. It prevents it from being pulled, etc., etc. Okay? So we need this redstone root, blue, red, and brown. Okay? And the redstone root is redstone with some grass. Okay. Pretty straightforward. We just need a few mana petals and whatnot, and we should be able to get this done. For right now, we're going to take off the ring, because I don't want to disable our charcoal setup over here. Okay? So we needed a brown. I believe we needed a red, and what was the other thing? Brown, red, and a blue. Okay, and then we also need a piece of grass. Okay, good. So blue, red, brown. We need to get ourselves the redstone root. Excellent, and we need a seed as well. So one of you, 2 of you, you, And boom, that gets us our Solignolia. Beautiful. And I'm just going to put that guy down right there. And now what should happen is I shouldn't be picking up the charcoal, but I just did, didn't I? Yeah, I just did. Really? Is this real life? Is this real life right now? Or is this just a fantasy? Why did that not do the things that it's supposed to do? Okay. Alright, hold on. We'll do that. Get a cobble. Get a lever. I guess we could have just done a button. Oh well. And just put that on the top. Do we need a button? We might need a button. We might need a button. Okay, a button on here. Why is it not firing? Why are we not firing now? Why is that not working? Game? Game? Because it's locked, right? It's locked right now, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, that means we have to do this and reactivate it. Okay, so what should be happening here is, as you can see, I'm not picking up the charcoal. Now, I do not know exactly what's going to happen if we move a little bit out of the range of that thing. Hopefully it's not really an issue, right? But for now, it's doing the job. We now have pretty much a very good mana system set up, which is great. We can get more charcoal quite easily. And yeah, I think that's pretty darn good. I think we've progressed somewhat okay on Botania. I apologize for some of my tutorialistic methods of it, but for some people, they don't understand the mod, and you have to be understanding of those as well. So, I'm going to get more charcoal. I'm going to load this guy up, and that's probably going to be it. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And have yourselves a fantastic day. Bye-bye for now. See ya.